Hello everyone, I'm Enrique one again, and this is my welcome tour. Some of you are taking this class online for the first time, but I'm pretty sure that most of you know how D2L works. Uh, in spite of the fact that some of you have used it before, I think it's important that I remind you some of the most important features of the platform. In the first place, when you access the platform, you find the news item section, the news wall. I number the news items using Arabic numbers, and all the news items one display. So the ones that are going to display are the latest news items, and to be able to see all the news items, you will have to come down here and then display all the hidden items. Since I number the news using Arab numbers, in case I need to remind you where to find a certain piece of information, I would say you have to go back to the news item and check news item number 4, for example, if I want to direct your attention back to something that we did before. Together with the news items, we have the activity feed. The activity feed is a new feature that is brand new. I'm planning to use it to remind you of the activities that are happening during the week. I will be reminding you of what is due, some of the most important features of the activity, and there is a space over here for comments in case you don't understand one particular activity. For example, I'm going to create a new post today reminding you of the first writing assignment that is due by the end of the week. You can write over here your comments, and with the hope that I clarified or a classmate can do that for you. But before here, in the right hand side, you'll see that there are resources for the students. I think it's important that you check these resources because they, in a couple of minutes, they will give you information, valuable information. For example, here, how the D2L works, or for example, here you have how to access, how to check the syllabus, notifications, or these are the fundamentals of the platform. Aside from this, you also have more specific directions like pruebas or tests or exercises section, and then it shows you not only how to complete them, but also how to see the feedback, which is very important. Something that you have to know about my class is that I always give feedback to everything that we do. Everything. If it's a test online or if it's an exercise that you see that we have plenty of exercises online, you need to find how to access the feedback. You usually do that by visiting the attempts. And once you check the attempt, once the exercise is over, is closed, you'll be able to check not only your grade, but also the question and the answers and my feedback to it. I said that I will be using the second week as an example of how to my class works. You have over here the navigation bars, the course home, the syllabus and contents, where you have all the contents display. You have the activities, for example, the Dropbox de deberes, the video de deberes, quizzes, discussions, everything that we have over here, the checklist and the self-assessments. And in resources, you have the glossary, the frequently asked questions. All these are completed for you. In case you have a question, for example, you come over here, and if you can find the answer for the question that you have, you should send it to me, and then I will create a new entry answering your question. We also have communications, which is the news, the calendar, the class list, in case you want to communicate with me or with your partners. I see that not everyone has loaded the profile picture. You need to do this before Monday. I need to have a face whenever I receive an email. This is for obvious reasons. This is an online class. I don't see you face to face. I need to see your face when talking to you via email or phone. So please don't forget to load a profile picture before Monday. But coming back here to the syllabus and content section, you will have the first thing that you do in the week is you open the week, and this is week number 1, and you have here the first thing that opens the week is the planner. In the planner, I'm inviting you to download the planner. You have the contents, the descriptions, the activities, and also the deadlines for the activities. If you check over here, you see that we have a video conference coming right up on Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. It's an informative session. It's not evaluated. And we have the first writing assignment, which is a multi-modal personal narrative. And you have the personal narrative in the deberes folders. Once you have the planner, once you understand what you have to do, you need to come and visit the learning object together with the book that you have to read. In the learning object, you have my explanation of the contents. This is what I wrote. Usually I invite, in the first 2 weeks, I invited professor from the university to introduce the topics, and then from week 3 on, I introduced all the topics. You have the different pages, and you have here what you find. For example, in page number 2, rhetoric today, I give you my introduction to the topic, and this is very important. This on page number 3, reading rhetorically, because this is what we will call annotated critical reading, and we will use this from week number 4 onward. So it's important that you read all the contents in the learning object. But going back to the second week, but checking the second week, I'm sorry, I opened the first week. You have the planner, and then you have the learning object, and you have also the language corner, which is the language activities that we'll be doing on the side. This is important that you find these exercises in your book. Giving you the reference. You have, for example, the language corner in week number 2. You have to read pages 675, 686, how to write good sentences, and then you have to do the self-assessments for weeks 1, 2, and 3. So if you check over here, the self-assessments appear under the activities bar. You access the self-assessment. You see that they are divided by weeks. In the first week, you have rhetorical awareness, using precise words, commonly confused words. In the second week, you have the writing process, wordy phrases and redundancies. And these self-assessments are not evaluated. And for example, I'm going to check the preview of one of the self-assessment. You have the question, you choose an answer, and then you get a feedback right away. There won't be a record of these exercises, so what you may want to do is, if you have problems with one of the exercises in particular, you may want to save the screen, capture the screen, and save it for later, because you're going to be using this information when you write the qualitative self-assessments in week 4 and in week 8 of our class. Going back to the syllabus and contents, you see that you have the instruction to the self-assessments and then the exercises. The exercises usually are connected to the language corner too. In this case, you have quiz number 1, parallelism in the sentence. If you check over here, this quiz is open the first day of the week, and then they close by the end of the week. So it's important that you do them before the end of the week, because otherwise you won't have the chance to complete them. I'm going to check one for you to give you an example of how the quizzes work. Although the name is quizzes, these are regular exercises with more than one attempt. I'm giving you more than one attempt because what's important is not the grade that you get, but your understanding of the material. For example, here you have a question and you have options, different choices. You choose one and then you save it. And then by the end of the week, once these exercises are closed, you will be able to see not only the result, but you will see the answers, the correct answers, and you will see my feedback. So basically, this is the way the class works. In week number 4, for example, we have the second writing assignment, and the writing assignment are over here, and you have an explanation of what this assignment is. I haven't released this information yet. I will do it in the second week, but all the writing assignments are over here in the Dropbox or in the deberes folder. You have them here, the 4 writing assignments that you have to submit for my class. You will load your essays here. You will receive the graded essay back to the same link, and once you make the corrections that I would request that you make, you can load the corrected version of the homework into the portfolio. But I will explain that in the video conference on Saturday. This is the portfolio. Here is there are 3 links over here. One for the first qualitative self-assessment that is due on September 16. The second one on July 20th. October 20th. I need to change the month. I see there is a mistake here. And then the samples, the sample for the portfolio that are open from the second week until the end, October 13. So basically, this is the way the class works. It's important that you keep in touch with me and with your partners. If you're in doubt, if something is not clear, you can send me an email asking, or you can use the activities post over here to ask a question if you should have any. Once I load the activities here, you have the activity feed, and once there is an activity on the way, you have the chance to write a comment or a question, and I'll be more than happy to answer it.